Jake Paul, maybe?
Easy. Easy.
Too
easy.
It's too easy.
Too easy.
That's right. Gervonta Tank Davis versus me, baby.
Over it just because you fighting Jake Paul. Jake Paul ain't no type of demon. It's not like he about to go in there with Godzilla. You about to play around for 8 rounds, 2 minutes with a dickhead. You know what I mean? No disrespect, but you know, with somebody that think they know how to fight. This is a still.
Floyd Mayweather has finally broken his silence on the highly hyped bout between Gervonta Tank Davis and Jake Paul. In his first public comments, Mayweather didn't mince words, offering a critical assessment of the clash. He praised Tank Davis's exceptional power and skill, emphasizing that Davis is a formidable force in the ring. Regarding Jake Paul, Mayweather expressed skepticism about Paul's rapid rise in boxing, questioning whether his success is built on genuine skill or the spectacle surrounding his persona. Mayweather Jr. recently spoke out about Jake Paul, making it clear that the YouTuber-turned-boxer cannot truly compete with elite professional fighters.
Boxing has gone too far. Jake Paul is taking on Gervonta Tank Davis in an exhibition bout this November. The fight will be taking place in Atlanta between the cruiserweight and the 135-pounder, nearly a 100-pound difference between the two guys. This is absolutely insane. Let me know what you guys think about this in the comments down below.
Mayweather emphasized that while Paul has generated attention and built a fan base, his skills do not match those of real champions who spent years perfecting their craft. He further pointed out that if Davis has to face Jake Paul, it would have to be a fight purely for money, not credibility. According to Mayweather, such a matchup could risk damaging Tank's boxing legacy, as beating Paul adds nothing to his career while losing would be disastrous.
But Jake Paul, I mean, as of right now, for what he's doing, it's good for what he's doing. But once he fights a real fighter, it's going to be bad.
Have you been impressed?
But one thing I like about him, one thing I do like about him, he's selling it. He's selling it, and he's making good money, and he's entertaining. I like it.
Is he? And Floyd, there are many people who believe you're the most talented fighter ever. Period. So whatever you say to this question, I think is important. Are you impressed? Does he have boxing ability, or is he just an entertainer who has a lot of fans and can promote a fight and has fought lesser opponents, or is he actually talented?
As long as he continues to fight MMA guys and YouTubers, he's gonna continue to look good and shine. But once he fights a real fighter, a real fighter that can really fight, it's not gonna be that good.
Boxing insiders are largely dismissing the Paul versus Davis exhibition as a misguided spectacle, not a true contest. British heavyweight Dave Allen labeled it foul, asserting that Davis could flatten Paul while both proceed in it for the money. Promoter Eddie Hearn echoed the skepticism, suggesting Davis may be more interested in payday than prestige, positing that his half checked out of boxing and chasing cash over championship glory. Meanwhile, Dave Allen has been vocal about the coming exhibition match between Paul and Davis, expressing skepticism about its legitimacy.
If you do fight, what weight would it be at?
195. It would be an exhibition.
Okay, so it was going to be an exhibition, not sanctioned, but no restrictions. You can knock each other out and shit like that. It was going to be at a catch weight of 195 pounds, 10 rounds, 3 minutes. I've been trying to figure this out. Why was I a Tank hater for wanting to see Tank go up 5 pounds to get some smoke with like Teofimo Lopez or something? I just wanted to see him go up 5 pounds and fight Teofimo Lopez. And all of you are saying, you want Tank hurt, Showbiz. You a hater. You want him hurt. Then I'm convinced, okay, he's too small, but he can fight Jake at 195?
He views the bout as a spectacle rather than a serious contest, highlighting the significant weight disparity. Paul is a cruiserweight while Davis is a lightweight. Allen believes this mismatch undermines the sport's credibility and detracts from meaningful matchups. He also commented on Moses Itima's progression, suggesting that facing seasoned opponents like Dillian White is essential for Tama to prove himself at the elite level. Allen's insights reflect his commitment to preserving the integrity of boxing.
Be happening in an exhibition. Thing with Jake Paul, I think he's a good area title level fighter, which and that's a good level. Like, and you can be proud of it. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's good. But the Mike Tyson fight I didn't like. The Chavez fight was just farcical because he's 10, 11 years past his best, up 6 weight divisions. But less of a problem because Chavez wasn't in his 50s. Fighting the MMA guys, again, he's fighting people that don't do the same, that they're not even in the same sport. But while they're a bit older, they're still not in the 50s. So all that stuff, I won't really watch any of it. I think I've watched one fight against Tommy Fury, the only professional boxer in and around his prime years, and he got beat. But I think his area title level. I think he works really hard. I think he trains hard, and I don't think he's a bad fighter at all. I don't think he's a good fighter, but he's not a bad fighter. For his experience, he's not bad at all. But Gervonta Davis is a lightweight. So, by all means, if they make a few quid and nobody gets hurt, then great. But I certainly wouldn't be paying a penny to watch it. I think it's just absolutely ridiculous, farcical. Who wants to watch an exhibition? Gervonta Davis is in his prime years. Why is he wasting his time? Why is he having a rematch with the fella he got a draw with? Why is he not fighting? Why is he not going up a weight and fighting Lopez and Garcias and them fighters? Why is he fighting Jake Paul in an exhibition? I get the money's great, but he's in the prime years. This is his best year. This is where he can become. Maybe you don't want to be an all-time great. Maybe you don't want to do all that.
Boxing writer Keith IDK didn't mince words, calling the narrative of Davis ducking Jake Paul misleading. To frame the Paul fight as Davis dodging Roach would be inaccurate. The Roach rematch is Davis' legitimate mandatory obligation, not some evasion. IDK's point underscored the reality that the focus should remain on honoring existing agreements over sensational crossover bouts. Dana White has occasionally praised Jake Paul, particularly for his promotional abilities and contributions to the sport. In 2024, White acknowledged Paul's efforts in promoting fights and engaging audiences, stating that Paul is just trying to get attention and doesn't hate him.
Well, I think as we discuss this, we should use air quotes when we call it a fight, because I don't see how any athletic commission, in this case the Georgia Athletic and Entertainment Commission, could sanction this as a legitimate boxing match. I think it has to be treated as entertainment to some degree, because you can't put someone they're 65 pounds apart in weight for the most part now. If you look at the cruiserweight limit and the lightweight limit, even if Jake Paul somehow got down to, let's just say 180, and I'm not sure that he'd be able to do that at this point because he's fought so high in weight. Let's just say he got down to 180. They're still 45 pounds apart in weight, and that's just not safe. So if this were to be treated as some sort of, even though they're calling it an exhibition, a legitimate athletic event, I don't know how you could do that, because it's just not safe for someone that big and someone that small to fight each other. That's why they have weight classes. And I just don't understand. I do understand that Netflix is into tentpole events, and people will watch this because they're into the spectacle of it all, and it will draw eyeballs. But does anything that anyone pitches that people will watch, does that make it a good idea?
White also commended Logan Paul, describing him as brilliant for his role in bringing attention to the sport. Despite their differences, White recognized the Paul brothers' impact on combat sports. Jake Paul is positioned to defeat Davis in their coming exhibition bout on November 15th, 2025 at State Farm Arena in Atlanta. Despite Davis' impressive 3,001 record.
And this fight has to be the most talked about thing that's going on in sports right now. And this fight has made us all hypocrites, really, and I'll tell you why. Also, I got to tell you guys who I think will win the fight and why. I think Jake Paul wins the fight. I think either Jake Paul wins or it's a draw.
No.
No way.
Nope.
Since it's an exhibition, and we'll talk about that. But you saw at the beginning, this fight is just impactful. And as boxing pugilists, many of us, we hate this shit. But as boxing fans, you want real shit, right? You see Tank Davis versus Jake Paul. But then what you really want is what you're getting out of like Brian Norman Jr. and Devin the American Dream Haney.
Show me on my bitch then. 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 Yeah, I'm right here. I'm right here. Shut up. Shut up. Shut up. Shut up. Shut up. Shut up. What the fuck your security at, nigga? I don't need us right here. Yeah, what's up? What's up, nigga? What's up, nigga? You a bitch, nigga. You a bitch. Yeah, all right.
You have Gervonta Tank Davis fanboys. I'm talking about huge fans of Tank turning over on him. I saw Tank Davis fans put up pictures of him as a clown and shit. Like, this is crazy. And I get it. I totally get it. But at the same time, it has revealed a huge amount of hypocrisy. Because guess what? With everybody talking about this fight, and I see people talking about the fight who doesn't even watch boxing, especially those who don't watch boxing. Let's keep it real. This is a fight for the casuals, okay? But at the same time, with so many people talking about this fight, good or bad, the way the internet just erupted and all the socials just went crazy, this fight is going to be one of the biggest.
The significant weight and size disparity between Paul is approximately 65 pounds heavier and stands 6 feet 1 inch in compared to Davis's 5 feet 5.5 inches in, giving Paul a substantial physical advantage. While Davis is known for his knockout power and speed, the exhibition nature of the fight and the weight mismatch may hinder his performance. Paul's confidence and strategic approach could enable him to capitalize on these advantages, potentially leading to a surprising outcome.